And here we are. I'm gonna not try to keep tangents to a minimum. Many things have happened. I'm still married, which is awesome. Still a wonderful kid, which is awesome. But there have been some sadnesses. I think I might have mentioned it. I don't know. My life's a little bit of a blur right now. One of my very good and dear friends, close friends for over 35 years, passed away a couple weeks ago. We were supposed to go camping, and he didn't make it to our campground. He passed away on his, he goes camping with his family and then comes over and hangs out with us, with his family. Yeah, so he passed away. And I am trying to write a eulogy. It's very, very quick. It's going to be a very short service. It's going to be just friends hanging out. But his wife asked me if I wanted to say a few words. So I'm trying to put some words together. I used to be a wordsmith back in the day, you know. I did my mom's eulogy, which was tough. That was 12 years ago. I did my friend Bill's. Part of 3 or 4 of us did that, and this is his younger brother, so yeah, 2 in the family. That's not good. So so there's that, and then on top of which, I'm very concerned about one of my friends, close and dear friend, that inspires me and is actually part of his hobby. He got flooded out because of all the torrential downpours in La Belle Provence. Sometimes I remember my French grammar. And he's having a tough time with that. So I'm thinking about him, just making sure that he's going to be okay and blah, blah, blah. Because he's very important to me. Sometimes I find bags of I tried to clean up my desk. I did. So he's on my mind. And other than that, I've said it numerous times. And I really didn't realize it until I became an adult and hanging around, that I have lived a very blessed life with the people I know and the life I've had. And to each and every life a little rain must fall. Not to say that to my friend in Montreal, but it does pile up every once in a while. And so I'm thinking about them. Thinking about my friend who passed away, his family, his wife and kids, and his brothers and sisters, and all of us friends, because that's a tough one. First, basically, quote unquote, first one in our peer group and our age range, but that's what happens. So here's a quick tangent on that. My friend who I'm trying to write a eulogy for, he had all these interesting sayings that I've heard over the years, and one of them has always stuck in my head and seems more of import now than it ever has. Back in the day, I was an avid churchgoer. I'm straight up, I was an avid churchgoer, and I will say this easily. In the past 10 years, I have drifted, 20 years. I have drifted away from that, but I have zero animosity and or lack of appreciation for the church. I actually really respect the church that I belong to, the few of them that I belong to, and the people in thereof. And I will never ever regret one moment of me hanging out with my church friends. Who are still my friends now. I actually really respected the church. I really respected the people that were in the church that I was involved with. The people's mileage may vary, and I really love that and my memories thereof. But here's my friend, and I won't mention his name, but anyways, my friend, as we got older, we didn't hit the chapel as much as we used to, and then I just stopped going altogether. And he came up with an expression. The only time I'm in church now, for the last 20 plus years, hatchings, matchings, and dispatchings. I don't know where he got it from. But he said that years ago. The only time we're in church, hatchings, matchings, and dispatchings. If you need me to explain those three words, hatchings, matchings, and dispatchings to you, but that is, and with all seriousness, that's the only time I've been in church in the past 20 years. So I can't say that. I will say one of my very close friends, still, who's also part of the eulogy thing that's coming up. He's gonna read his, he's gonna do his, I'm gonna do mine. He's not an official preacher per se, but he does a lot of the preaching at his church. And every time it's his turn to preach, I will show up. Not every time, but I will show up because I love hearing him speak. And he always has very poignant and relevant things to say. And so I like his homilies. Really, really appreciate him. Loved him my entire life. And so I will go in church on those days when he said, "Hey, Dave, I'm going to be preaching this Sunday." Right there. So, but my other friend passed away, hatchings, matchings, and dispatchings. And yes, I will be in church for his dispatching. So it's kind of a bittersweet, and I'm actually getting a little misty thinking about it because this was his expression for at least 30 years. And now it comes up after he's gone. So I'm going to try to end on a happier note. Sorry for bringing everybody down. So sorry for bringing like literally everybody down. So anywho, so with my life as it is, and it's, again, I want to be very clear about this. Understandably, I don't want to say perfectly fine in a way that it's happy and joyous, but it's part of life. This is the part of life that we in our almost 60s are living with now. The matchings, I don't know when the next wedding I'm going to be at. Those, I mean, we was at dozens of them in the bunch, like, I think, quick tangent here. I don't know, I was like in my early to mid 20s. I was at 4 weddings in 6 weeks, and I was best man at one of them. So like when you're in your 20s and early 30s, the weddings are packed. Like there's tons of weddings. All your friends are getting married, and you're, out there carousing and partying and blah, blah, blah. The wedding stuff. And then the hatchings show up, baptisms and whatever else. Yeah, been absolutely, never missed one of them that I've been invited to. Never miss one. I will not miss that. And now the dispatching. So I'm going to move on to happier notes. So it is what it is. So Sandy and I, she was looking for some stuff because we're going camping next week. Again, fantastic, which is happiness. And we went to VV. Shocking. And I found Lego. Shocking. Actually, the store had tons of Lego. Not to rub this in. It actually had tons of Lego. Now, most of it was new, and every Value Village handles this differently. So this Value Village up in Ancaster keeps all the Lego behind the credenza, so you have to actually have somebody come over and pull it out so you can have a seat. And so I get there, and there's 5 or 6 boxes, and it's like Mario, Super Mario, which, they wanted $59 for the starter set. It's $75 in the store. And it had some Friends and some very recent releases still in box, but open and built possibly. So I didn't even bother looking at those. And there was a bag of 70s parts, and that bag had a 10x20 base plate in it, green, with all the tubes along the edge, which is understandable because they got a million of them there, and a lot of basic 2x4s, 2x3s, 2x2s, 1x2s to 1x8s, red, yellow, blue, a little bit of green. So later on, it wasn't like the 70s, because the 70s didn't release a lot of green. The green was the 10x20 base plate. They didn't have a lot of green bricks back in the early and mid 70s. When they started coming up with the green plates with Castle line, that's when the green plates really started entering the circulation, because Castle wanted to be on grass, I guess. I don't know. But I did not hardly have any green basic brick before the late 70s and into the 80s, and then the 90s. I mean, I just kept on. I remember getting one of my wedding presents for me and Sandy. I had a wedding shower. They all got together, and I don't know if they got a couple boxes from Lego, but I had possibly 10,000 green 2x4 bricks, because back then I was building landscaping for train layouts. Most of those green bricks have gone over to Jeff. There you go, Jeff. That's where they came from. He probably paid for some of those, because it was like our Lego buddies that got me that bit of green 2x4 bricks, and now they're with Jeff in his castle. So it's amazing how life works that way. And so the baggie had and the 2x4 tire bricks, and I'm going, I don't need more of that. There was no trees in there, there was no flowers in there. It was just basic brick, a 10x20, and a couple tires. And I'm going, and windows, which, as you've seen in my previous videos recently, I have far too many windows. So I gave up on that one, but I saw this guy. Now I just glanced inside. I was just in the mood to just buy something so I can make a video on it. So I actually have little to no idea the scope of parts in here. I saw a ton of basic pieces. Again, now why I bought this bin instead of the bag of basic pieces, because I also saw some others, one or two things, and I don't believe I spent $8 on one or two things, but I did, that I saw. And so I closed it up, and now we're gonna dump it out here, and we're gonna have a look at it, because what else am I doing with my time right now besides procrastinating on things I should be doing? So $8 minus the 20% discount. I didn't get my seniors discount because it was a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday. It's a nice old bin. I don't believe this is what's in here. We'll find out in a couple seconds. Although it might be, because just by looking at it. So there is, I love these bins because, if you have these bins, the pieces get stuck, they get pinched at the bottom, right down there in the perimeter. I remember words, perimeter. And so this has a listing. So this is really, really quick. It has that door. So I guess this is that set, but it has more because there's a shark in here. And there's no shark in here. Sharky's gonna bite your ear off. Deep cut. But it also had this, which is what I saw, and this is why I bought it. But I'm looking at it now, and this is basically all there is. Although there's that thing, and there's this girl. Did she come in this thing? I do not see. No, I don't see that in here. So there's a girl minifig. There is some non-Lego. I think there is a Blacktron 2, possibly that guy, and a bunch of these, because I don't think those came in this set. I should just leave this up. I don't see that. I went surfing bird, so we got and of course this did come in here because I just saw it in the front picture, and I don't see it here. There it is, right there. So so these guys kind of make me think Blacktron 2. Yeah, this thing has to be washed. So two of those, one each, and yeah, a lot of hair in here, which and an old gray antenna and trans neon green, which I will probably, oh, it comes off. It is cracked. It's whatever. Another gray antenna, a non-Lego piece. I can go right in the trash can. I'm thinking there is some sort of Blacktron 2, but it's completely not complete at all. And this guy, which did not come in this set. I was thinking of I'm thinking it's my favorite Blacktron 2 set, but it hardly has any pieces here for it, because it has a whole bunch of these. And I don't know if they're white or black, for my favorite Blacktron 2 suborbital guardian. I can't remember it. But the rest of the pieces ain't here. A couple gray 1x2 hinge bricks, which I adore. This guy, which is Kimmy Blacktron 2. another gray guy here, another gray guy there. So 2 gray 1x2 hinge bricks. And basically the rest looks like it's just this set. Although the tree's not here, which is to me disappointing because I love those trees. That's what's in here. Just basic pieces. So, is it worth $8? No. Is it worth a video? Yes. So, I'm gonna figure out this, but this is like 4 pieces, and it's like I can't build a set with 4 pieces and those handful of pieces. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna watch this and just roll all the pieces straight into the collection. Ooh, there it is. I always like this piece. So again, Blacktron 2, but no trans neon green panels, octagons, and or whatever else. But in the end, I got an arrow. So it is for something that cool dude. For something that I just saw on the shelf and bought it. Now, did I need to buy it? No, but I wanted to talk about something, and I still haven't gotten around to cleaning up the rest of the Lego room, so there's gonna be a lot more to talk about, possibly in the fall and the winter, when I start really doing a good job cleaning this room up. But until then, this is gonna be, this is an older, yeah. I do occasionally find, there's the other one, a 1x1 trans clear. Did these come in here? I don't think so. Well, 4 times maybe. 4 times trans clear. I miss trans clear. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that clearly. I like the way I said that. I miss trans clear. The 70s was just a plethora, a cornucopia of trans clear. I got 4 totes full of, or 4 shoe boxes full of trans clear over there, and that even outweighs my trans yellow, which is shocking. Got so much trans clear. I have 3.5 bins of trans blue, trans dark blue, 3 bins of trans light blue, and 2 bins or 1.5 bins of trans neon green. But trans clear, I have 4 full bins, and it's not sorted as well as it should be, but trans clear was the trans color that we grew up with from my era, and we didn't get a lot of other parts and pieces. I was hoping for a logo brick, but no, alas, not to be. Yeah, I'm just rambling on right now. That's it. I'm going to not make another 58-minute epic. My personal life is okay. There are some sadnesses in it, which I mentioned, and I'm worried about my friends, which I mentioned. But in the end, I'm gonna say I have a person that I can share my life with, that we can share our sorrows with now. She's utterly fantastic. She's helping me with the eulogy, and she's very understanding and appreciative of life like this. So she's my rock, I'm gonna say that, and life moves on, and we do what we do. I don't want to keep on dwelling on this, but the one thing I have learned, well, I've learned this before, the one thing that is reinforced by this is that live your life now. Don't throw away the house and go on stupid spending sprees, but live now. Don't wait to live until you're retired. Don't wait to do what you want to do until you're retired. He was 59 years old. 59. That's 2 years older than me, and he's gone, and it's sad because he was a wonderful person. But he showed me with his lifestyle that I've known for 35 plus years, is that through it all, he did live every day. He lived it. He didn't wait to retirement. He loved camping, he got to camp. He loved woodworking, he got to woodwork. He loved family, he got to hang out with the family. Don't keep on procrastinating the stuff you want to do now because you're waiting for retirement, or you don't, your work is so busy that you can't get around to doing the stuff that you want to do, and you're waiting, you're counting down the minutes till you get there. Do it now. The work is always going to be there, 40 hours, and then you got, just all the other time, hang out with friends. And don't sweat stuff, because like I find people get so bogged down in the minutiae of the most redundant and pithy stuff. Like, oh, and I'm going, why are you upset? Like, why are you wasting your emotional energy on that? It seems like there are worse things out there in the world, and you have it pretty good. So just keep smiling. Do what you can to alleviate the grievances. But if the grievances don't want to be alleviated, or they can't be alleviated today, don't, because that's just wasting your emotions on stuff. It's like getting mad at the weather. I never get mad at the weather. The weather's gonna weather. And so why am I shaking my fist in the general direction of the wind? Like, oh well, like it's there. So what can we do to make our lives more joyous now, even though there's weather? I've always found joy in everything, and my friend who passed away showed me sometimes that's why we got along so well. We just kept on finding joy, whatever we were doing and wherever we were. Just kept on finding joy and happiness, and fun and sunshine. That was his example, and it was a really fine example. So anyway, I'm not going to keep on being pithy about this. I'm going to put all this back there, and I'm going to go wash it because it needs to be washed. I see a lot of dust. It's not icky, but there's a lot of dust and hair. But that's it. That's all. You guys all stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon.